everything out. And then you're gonna come to the front of your mat. Take the feet a little bit wider than your hips and fold forward all the way down. At the bottom, grab opposite elbow. Bend the knees so that your belly touches your thighs, and then just let the head relax. And then right here, you can start that deep breath now. In through the nose, out the mouth. In through the nose, and out the mouth. Swaying side to side, maybe distributing your weight from your right foot to your left, from front to back. Just observe how your body's feeling, where it's feeling tight. Maybe it's your hamstrings like usual. Maybe it's the glutes that have some resistance. I know a few of you were pretty sore from one class or another last week, so that's okay, so was I. I was sore from like Monday on, just never stopped. Relax the head. And if you're holding any tension in your face, maybe open and close the jaw, open and close the eyes. And if you prefer, you can just become still here. You can just let gravity take over, finding the breath, deepening the breath in the nose, and maybe out the mouth. Those breaths out the mouth, oftentimes super therapeutic. They feel so good. Eventually though, sealing the lips and just keeping that steady breath in and out through the nose. Of course, if you're dealing with a stuffy nose, allergies already, then you can use your mouth. I don't want you to be stressed about breathing. And then release the hands to the ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Look back at your feet first. Make sure they're hip width distance apart. Your real hips. Spread the fingers wide. And then press down into the entire palm. Press into the finger pads. And move the chest back towards your thighs. Right here, you can start to walk out the dog. Bend one knee. Bend the other. Stretch those legs, pressing that heel as close to the ground as it will go. Keeping the hips high, the lower back long, and the head hanging down towards the ground. Do not build any extra tension in your neck. Last thing you need. For 4, 3, 2, wherever you are, settle. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. And then drop to your hands and knees. Bring the wrists right underneath the shoulders. And then be careful, bend the elbows just a little bit here. So the arm muscles are engaged. Drop the belly, lift the face forward, the tailbone up. And then exhale, round, chin to your chest. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward. And exhale, round. Nice. A few more times. Inhale. And exhale. Throughout class, I'm going to cue your breathing, but you do not need to breathe at the same pace as me. It might be slower, it might be faster. I'm just here to guide you, bring you back on track when you forget about breathing. Round. About 2 more. Maybe you hold a little bit longer in the cow or the cat pose, whatever feels good. And then settle into a nice flat back. Shake the hips from side to side. Maybe a little roll of the wrists if you already noticed you're putting a lot of weight in those hands. And then we're gonna thread the needle, same thing we did on Thursday. Reach that right arm up and open. And the first time you're just gonna hover the shoulder, twisting, looking to the left. Inhale that right arm again, open up. Good, moving the body, getting the blood moving, exhale. Again, inhale, arm goes up. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale up, big twist, open that heart. And then this time, thread the needle, put the shoulder down on the ground. Right cheek to the ground. Left arm forward. So reaching the left arm forward like you were in child's pose. Let gravity take over in the shoulder. So let your body press weight onto the shoulder. You don't have to add any force, just the pull of gravity, just your body weight. The hips stay right over the knees. Deep breaths into the side body. And then slide the left hand in front of your face. Press down through the hand as you reach up with that right arm. And exhale, hand down. Nice work. Take a deep breath in, maybe one cat and cow here, just to bring some alignment back, feel a little bit balanced. And then when you're ready, the left arm goes up and twist. Hover that shoulder over the ground. Look to the left, or the right, sorry. Inhale up. And exhale, thread. Twice more like that. Inhale, see if you can make it bigger. Exhale. One more time. Inhale up, really open that heart. And then exhale, thread the needle, drop the shoulder down. Right arm forward this time. And now breathe into your right side. Hips over the knees. Good. Inhale, exhale. Heavy on the shoulder. And then slide that right hand in front of the face. Press down through the palm. Reach that left arm up, open. And release. One cat-cow here. Drop the belly. And then round the spine. Settle into that flat back again. Tuck the toes under. We go back to downward facing dog. That inverted V shape. Down through the hands. Move the chest back towards the thighs. So bend the knees more so that you can lift your tailbone up to the ceiling, up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, that angle. And as you tilt the tailbone up, you should feel longer in the low back. It should open up some space for you. Breathe into that space. Exhale. Now bring the feet together. Lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee. And now we're going to do some circles. Bring the knee down to meet the left knee. And then out and open to the side. Ooh. Bring the knee down towards the ground. Out and open to the right. Press down through those hands. One more circle. Up and open. And then place that foot down on the ground. Same thing, other side. Lift the left leg up. Bend the knee. And then draw the knee down towards the mat. And then up and open to the left. Twice more, down and up. One more, down and up. And then drop that foot down. Lift the right leg again. Inhale. This time, bend the knee, open the hip, not too crazy, you're not that warm. And then exhale, step forward, runner's lunge. All right, from here, knee over ankle with that nice flat foot. You can be up on your fingertips. You're just gonna rock forward and back on that back foot. So the knee might come over the toes. That's okay. And just bringing some warmth in here before we get into those stretches. And then settle, drop that left knee down to the ground and then lift it right back up, heel to the back. Tap the knee, extend the leg, push the heel back. Twice more, bend and straight. One more, bend and straight. This time, drop the knee and stay. You can rock now side to side, from right to left, getting into different areas of the hip, of the legs. And then come back onto those hands, flat hands. Tuck the toes, bring it back, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Exhale. And then lift the left leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip, nothing crazy. And then step forward, that runner's lunge. But you're so close to the stretches. Bring that knee over ankle. You can come up on your fingertips for some height. And then come forward and back. So even stretching that foot, heel to the back. Keep that right leg super strong. So keep flexing the muscles. And then settle. Tap that right knee down. And then press the heel back. Tap for 3. For 2. And 1. And then flatten those, drop down. First you can take the stretch side to side. We'll go back to downward facing dog one last time. Flatten the palms. Tuck the back toes, step back. Take a moment here if you need to shake out the hips or do a couple more leg circles, you can. And if you're ready, you drop down into child's pose. Toes together, heels apart, and then this is where you can bring that pillow if you'd like. Here's just one option. You sit back on your heels. You can bring a pillow or blanket on your belly. I have a pretty big pillow. You can bring it onto your belly to extend forward. You can bring it right underneath your chest and rest here. Or if your hips feel really tight today, you can even put it underneath your butt so you're a little bit higher and go forward. So you have options. I want you to just get comfortable using the pillow as a prop. I'm not going to tell you all to run out and grab yoga blocks. I don't even have one here, which is a little crazy. I really like the pillow, especially after a run, under my chest so that I can just relax here. It's easier on my hips. Take big breaths into your side body. And if you don't have a pillow, of course, you can just be in child's pose. If you have your head turned one way, maybe now switch, turn it the other way. Deepen the breath. In through the nose, maybe out the mouth. Take one more deep breath. And then nice and easy, coming up into tabletop position. Shake out the hips. We're going to make our way into half pigeon from here. You'll still need that pillow or blanket if you have it, so keep it nearby. Take the right foot, step it forward. And bring that back leg flat. Now, before we get into it, I want you to look back at that left leg and make sure it lines up with the edge of your mat. It's coming straight from your hip to the back. So it's not at an angle. You've got your alignment down. I can't come in and help you, so take a look. And then bring this right ankle over to the left. So just heel toe the foot over to the left edge of your mat and come down here. So what I like to say is that your quad is also parallel with the edge of the mat. And if you can get your shin parallel with the front of the mat, awesome. If not, it doesn't matter. It can be at an angle. That foot can even be pretty close to that left hip. Now the pillow underneath is right butt cheek. If you don't need it under your butt cheek, a lot of you don't, you can also do what we did for child's pose and bring it underneath your chest, turning your head to the right. If you've got two pillows, maybe you use them both. Keeping that left leg extended, and if you feel any discomfort in your right knee, really flex the foot. Flexing the foot is going to activate the muscles around the knee to help it stay safe. And I want you to try to settle into this. I know that it's not super comfortable to stay in, but as long as you're not in actual pain, you're okay. And the breath is going to help you. Notice where the sensation is building for you. Maybe it's not even a physical sensation. Maybe it's something mental. Maybe you start to feel your anxiety building up or just your agitation. It's okay to actually feel kind of annoyed being here. But instead of letting these emotions take over, these emotions that are spilling out of the hips, bring your attention to your breath and just observe the tension. Inhaling and exhaling. And every time you exhale, try to let go with a little bit more oomph, letting go of not just any kind of physical distress or discomfort, but letting go of any of that emotional, mental block. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale, let it go. And then try not to rush out of it. I know. Ease yourself up, coming up to your hands first. Removing all the pillows out. And then rocking onto that right butt cheek. Swinging this left leg around front. And just shake the legs out for a second. We'll go right to the other side, but first a little shake. Maybe point and flex your feet, roll your ankles. Notice how your legs feel a little bit different. Maybe one looks longer than the other. And then when you're ready, cross the ankles, coming back into your tabletop position. Set it up, cat-cow if you want it, and then step that left foot forward. So taking our time, just like we did on the other side, look back at that right leg. Make sure your hip, your knee, your ankle are all in that straight line. Line it up with the edge of your mat. It doesn't have to be perfect, but try to at least make sure you're paying attention to the alignment. And then heel toe that left foot over to the right, coming down onto your shin. So again, this foot doesn't need to be way up here. It can be closer to the hip. What I like to say is that quad is lined up with the edge of your mat. So the knee extending out from that left hip. And then maybe pillow underneath the butt cheek, pillow underneath the chest. You can start to ease yourself down. If it feels intense, then maybe take it to your forearms first before trying to bring your head lower. If you've got the pillow under your chest, you can look to the left this time, just so our necks are getting proper stretch. And I know a lot of you practice yoga quite often, or a handful of you, so if there's another way you like to do this pose, you're of course welcome to do it any way you want. But don't go to a place just because it's more comfortable. The stretch isn't as intense. Try to challenge yourself a little bit here, whether it's physically or mentally. Again, as long as you're not actually in pain, you're okay. We're here for another minute or so, so see if you can deepen the breath. Again, noticing what comes up for you. Maybe this side is easier because you know what to expect. Maybe it feels less intense, or maybe it's just the opposite. Keep the breath long. Inhale, long exhale. Take one more cycle of breath. And then nice and gentle, bring yourself upright. Move any kind of pillow, blanket out of the way. Sitting now onto the left hip, swinging the legs around front, shaking them out. Maybe rolling the ankles. And then roll the shoulders back. Reach the arms forward, forward, forward. Good. Now, if you've still got the pillow nearby and you know your hamstrings are tight, you can even place the pillow under your belly here for just a little extra support. Make it easier somewhere. So your chest, your belly can rest. Maybe you're able to reach a little bit further for the feet. Good. Hamstrings are tight. You can also bring hands or that blanket underneath your knees. You're here for about 5 breaths. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Maybe closing the eyes, especially if it happens to be light out where you are, or if it's quite noisy where you are. Tuning out one last sense so that less distractions. Taking away the sight might help you relax a bit. And then nice and slow, roll it up. Take that right foot in. Going for one-legged stretch here. If you notice your hips feel a little bit off, you can just shake side to side a little bit, maybe move some of the flesh out from underneath you. Yeah. Now flex that left foot. Turn the chest to face the toes. Good. And now with every exhale, you come a couple of centimeters, couple of inches forward. Inhale, look at the toes, open the chest, lengthen the spine. Exhale, come forward. Lead with this heart space. So center of your chest, the heart space, coming forward, forward, forward every time you come lower. Trying to keep the length in your spine for as long as you can. You'll be surprised how far you can go when you use your exhale. So in through the nose, out. know here in Berlin, a few of you have still been trying to get out for some walks, for some runs. We'll see how much longer it lasts. Keep moving your bodies as much as you can, but also taking the time to stretch, maybe more than you normally would, because you've got the time. No more commuting to your workouts, no more commuting to work. You can work on the floor these days. You can work from this position, really, if you wanted. See if you can get a little bit lower and then hold at that lowest point for a couple breaths. And then easy, come on up. Little counter twist, bring the fingertips over to the right. You can even drop this right toe down, or left toe, sorry, left toe. And then come up. Switch sides. So again, just notice, are your hips level? Could you make your spine a little bit taller and then turn that chest towards the toes, keep that foot flexed. Try to relax this left leg most you can. And then every exhale, you come a little bit lower. Don't rush it. Taking it slow. Open chest, open heart. Feeling that stretch through the left side, left hip. Keep using the breath. Working down to whatever your lowest point is on this side. And then once you get there, you can fold the head, let your neck relax. Maybe eyes closed, and then take a few more deep breaths here. Nice and slow, make your way back up. Awesome. And bring the feet together, a little butterfly. What you can do here, again, if you have your pillow, you can go right here. There's a couple of things you guys can do with your hands. You can just wrap them around your feet and try to bring yourself lower. You can walk the hands forward. If you've got the flexibility, you might be open enough, you can bring the forearms underneath your shins and bring yourself lower this way. It'll help ground you down a bit more. So you just maybe play around with one and then you decide to try another. We've got a couple minutes here to play. Find the one that you like, the one that works. And then start to surrender to it. Every exhale, you get a little bit lower. A couple more breaths. And then nice and easy, come on up. You can shake the legs out just a bit. We're gonna make our way onto our backs. Again, keep your pillow, blanket, whatever you're using nearby. Roll all the way down onto your back, arms by the sides. Take the feet as wide as the mat and drop your knees in towards one another, so like a teepee. Now you can bring your right hand to your belly, your left hand to your heart. Taking a few deep breaths in through the nose and out the mouth. And now I want you to tune into how your body rises and falls with the breath. Inhaling, you feel your belly fill up. You feel your lungs fill up. And then exhale, that air goes back out through the lungs, through the belly, and up. So visualize it coming in through your nose, sweeping down into the belly, up into the chest. And then it scoops right back out. Nice deep breaths, let the belly get big. When you exhale, see if you can start to contract your belly a bit more, pulling the belly button down towards the ground to press every bit of that stale air out. Everything you don't need, everything that's been just sitting in there for a few days, just press it out. Make it be cleansing. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Contract the belly. Press every bit of air out. Let your body fill up and then let it be empty. Couple more breaths. Now separate the knees. Bring the right knee into your chest and extend the left leg long. From here, you'll bring the knee up towards the right shoulder. So bring it up towards that right shoulder, pressing the thigh against your belly. Maybe you roll the ankle around a little bit. Things are going to start to slow down from here. So if you were warm and took a layer off, socks off, maybe you put them back on soon, somewhere in these next few stretches. Let the knee come now over the hip, so you've got this nice 90-degree angle here, and then the knee crosses over to the left. Now this is where that pillow can come in again. You can put it underneath that right knee so that you can extend your arms out to the sides. You don't need any assistance. They can just rest there. If your knee rests on the ground, that's fine as well. Just try to relax the right leg all the way. So no effort, no strain. Letting your body just feel the twist. Our hips are a place that tend to hold some energy, but so is our spine. So just wringing out the spine, you can see it as just wringing out anything you don't need. And any energy that is built up or any staleness you don't need to hold on to anymore. I find often that for me, hip stretches like that half pigeon are quite irritating. I find that I often get agitated if something comes up that is quite frustrating versus in a spinal twist. It almost feels more emotional, less agitating, more emotional. So again, just when you're holding these stretches for longer periods of time, let these things come up. You don't have to fixate on them. You can just feel them coming up and acknowledge it. Know that it's okay. And then come back to the breath. letting go of the feeling. Nice and slow, start to bring yourself back to center. Maybe the knees go from side to side first, finding some kind of alignment in the spine, relief in the spine, and then the right leg extends and the left knee comes in. So again, first, this left knee up towards that left shoulder. Pressing the belly again, or the thigh against the belly. Still breathing deeply, your eyes can be closed. We only have a few more stretches before we'll move into that breath work. Rolling the ankle if you need it, if you did it on the other side. And then when you're ready for the twist, you can bring the knee over the ankle or over the hip, not the ankle. Cross it over to the right, and again, taking that pillow, blanket, whatever, arranging it so that your leg can relax. So play with the placement, arms out to the side, goalpost, or if you have the room, extend them, and then turn the head towards the left. So just feeling the sensations, the stretch, the twist, the physical, everything on the surface. Feel that first. And then as you deepen the breath, again, preparing to be here for another minute or so. Notice what comes up for you. If nothing comes up, that's okay too. You don't have to expect some huge revelation here in your twist. Just some kind of physical release is enough. Subtle or big. A few more breaths. And then bring that knee back to center. Move any of those props out of the way. Place the feet. And then rock the knees from side to side. The arms can stay up or they come to your belly. And then finally, knees coming into the chest. Hug them close as you can. And then start to rock and roll forward and back. Good, just rocking on the spine all the way up to the nape of your neck and then up to a seated position. A few more. If it's too much on your back, keep it gentle. And then come back, stay. Grab onto the insides of those feet. Happy baby. I'm not going to turn towards you. Or you can grab the backs of your legs if your hamstrings are tight. The important thing here is to keep this low back on the ground. So if you reach for your feet and your butt lifts up too high, then backs of the legs is for you today. Grounding the tailbone down. Knees come towards your armpits. Yeah. Feet to the sky. And then this is really your last big stretch. So if you want to rock side to side, maybe straighten one leg, straighten the other, you can. And if there's something else you really want to do before you sit for a little while, then I welcome you to go there. Whether you need to be upside down or shoulder stand or just give yourself a hug. When you're ready, you grab onto the backs of those legs again, going for that rock and roll. This time, just 3 or 4 of them, and then you sit up, crossing at the ankles. and finding a comfortable seat. Okay, so this is another great opportunity for your pillow or your blanket. You can sit on it, whatever you've got, so maybe running around something. And then the legs can do whatever you want them to do. They can be crossed, they can just rest. If you already know that this is not going to be a comfortable spot for you, you can also do this lying down, as long as you won't, oh, you can fall asleep, it's fine. I'm okay with that, but just be mindful that you might get sleepy. If you'd rather be on the ground, reclined, you can go there. So the first thing we are going to do is just breathe. So we're going to do a few breathing exercises before we get into a deeper meditation. So the first thing is to roll your shoulders back, opening the chest, rocking the ribs front and back, finding that spot where your torso is nice and balanced over your pelvic bones, over your hips. Then I want you to place your palms down on the thighs, on the knees. Notice if you're still holding any tension in your shoulders. Maybe you just take a deep breath in. Exhale, really release them down. Now with the eyes closed, take a couple of neck rolls. So dropping the right ear to the right shoulder and then chin down to the chest. Over to the right. Going all the way, maybe 2 full circles in each direction. You can take your time. Good, once that chin is down, the second time, reverse directions. When the chin is down, take a moment to breathe in. Exhale, lift the chin up, finding that place where it settles, it balances right over your shoulders. We did this breath work on Thursday, I think. It was that day. Feeling the lifts, we'll do the 3-part breath, starting with a count of 3. Inhale first. Exhale out the mouth. Seal the lips. Breathe in through the nose for a count of 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath in, retain, and then exhale for 3, 2, 1. Inhale again for 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Again, breathe in for 3, 2, 1. Hold. And exhale for 3, 2, 1. I want you to continue on your own, breathing in for 3, holding at the top, and breathing out for 3. Continue that cycle, letting that repetition just take over your mind. Deepening the breath. And trying to exhale all of the air out on that 3-count exhale. So you're empty just for a second before you breathe in again. And if you fall off track, it's okay, just start again. If you find that the counting isn't making you relax, it's doing the opposite, then ditch the counting and just breathe. For those of you ready to go a little bit deeper, start to increase the number. So now breathing in for 4, holding at the top, and breathing out for 4. If you want to go even deeper, you can increase to 5, doing a few cycles like that. Finish one last cycle. And after you exhale all of the air out, take a full breath in through the nose and out the mouth. You can keep the eyes closed. Now turning your palms to the sky. We're going to build the tension in our entire body by flexing everything you can flex from the seated position. And then on the exhale, you're going to release and try to relax, letting go of what you're holding on to. And when we do this exercise, I want you to inhale and bring any kind of frustration, anxiety, anything that's really been coming up for you in the past week or so. Let it come to the surface, let it come right to your heart space, right to your throat. And then when you exhale, try to really let it go completely. We'll do this exercise just for a couple minutes. So again, let's cleanse it. Inhale through the nose. Out the mouth, let it go. Now inhale, make a fist. Flex your toes, bring the shoulders up towards the ears. On your exhale, release. Do that again. Inhale. Tense everything, shoulders to the ears. And exhale. Continue that. Inhale. On your own now. See if you can create even more tension. 2 more. Last one, make it count. Take the head, rock it from side to side. Wiggle the fingers. Maybe just roll the shoulders around a little bit. Good. And then take the hands, just rub them on your legs. You can drop your chin. And then take the hands, rub them together. Good. And then take them, rub your arms. And just start to brush it off a little bit. Brush the legs. Off the hands. Okay, now I want you to lay down so you can find that nice Shavasana position. I'm going to stay seated so that I can talk to you. If you need a blanket on top of you, go ahead and put a blanket on top, but lay flat. So arms by your sides. And if you prefer not to lay flat, you can stay seated with me. So once you settle down, I want you to take a couple breaths in through the nose, out the mouth. And your meditation tonight is inspired by Amy. She sent me a poem this morning that I woke up to, which was super nice. I adapted it a little bit. to kind of fit the current circumstances a bit more. So as you're lying here, if you feel like you really need some consoling, you feel like you might need hands on the body, you can bring the right hand to the belly and the left hand to the heart. It might feel nice to have hands on. You're okay, arms by your sides, those palms facing up. And what I want you to do is release any tension you're still holding on to. You can release any control you have over your breath. And we're going to go through a few different exercises while you're laying here. Not physical exercises, mental ones. If you find that you're tuning out, it's okay. Let your mind go where it's going to go. I want you to start thinking about what you've really enjoyed and loved about being home the past few days, weeks, however long you've been spending time in your home. We stay at home, we read, we cook, we exercise. What have you done for yourself this week that you are so happy about? It's made you feel good. It's maybe something you enjoy and you don't usually have time for, you don't make time for. We stay home, we slow down, we listen attentively, we connect deeper. How have your relationships changed? How has your appreciation for others changed? What have you loved about these new ways of connecting with people you love? We stay home. We take time to be with our thoughts. We think differently. We learn. Is there anything you've learned about yourself from having a little bit of extra time? Something that's maybe surprised you, something that made you feel excited? We stay home. We create new ways of life. We find new ways of being. And we heal. We create new ways of life. We find new ways of being. And we heal. I want you to just think about what you've loved about staying home. What has shifted for you? What do you want to continue doing as you go into this week? We can take what we want from different experiences. So I want you to take the things that you loved and you've enjoyed and shed the things that you don't need to be doing anymore. The things that have made you anxious, the things that have brought up fear, irritation. We find new ways of being and we heal. And gently rock your head from side to side. Maybe wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. And then curl up onto one side. So roll onto the right side of your body or the left, coming into the fetal position. and just enjoy being here. We end yoga classes like this reclined. First, literally corpse pose. And then we curl up into fetal position for a reason. Symbolizing this rebirth, moving forward. Taking what you want, leaving behind what you don't need. When you're ready, you can sit up. Use your hands to guide you back to that comfortable seated position. And then bringing the hands to your heart center. Drop the chin slightly. And let the elbows rest by your sides. This one is for you. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Another breath, inhale. And exhale. Last breath. Exhale. Bring your thumb knuckles to your third eye. Lift that heart to the sky. And together we bow. Namaste. Awesome.